know I don't know anything about Big Brother.
Yeah.
And I put a question on here because before we get into it, I wanted to just ask you to give me like an elevator pitch on like, what is Big Brother and why do people go on it?
Okay. Listen, I am a Big Brother super fan, okay? So I'm going to hype this up. Okay. I'm very passionate about this game.
Okay.
And I'm going to play it one day. Like I am, okay? So mark my words, I'm a psychic, remember? Big Brother, it is a strategic game that is actually very mentally taxing and hard to play, but it's disguised as a funny, goofy, type thing. It's very goofy. Their challenges are robots being like, what did this person say? Like, you know. And
the challenge is what? They have to just be isolated in this house with the group?
No. You have challenges, like you play games, physical competitions, mental competitions, where you have to like recall. You're in the house for like 90 days if you make it that far. And they'll have like mental competitions where at day like 80, they'll all have to sit there and it'll ask like, who said this on day 23? And they'll give a quote, and you have to remember, like, who said that.
Even though, like, you're not watching the episodes, like, playback, how everybody else is.
You're just in there 24/7, and it's like, and it'll be like, what house guest said this? And they'll say something, and it's like, you have to recall who said that when you've been here for 80 days.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, who was eliminated on day 26? You know,
okay.
It's like you got to recall stuff like that. And then, so you play competitions, you have to be strategic with who you align with. I always say that the way to win Big Brother is to be liked, but not too much.
Because your housemates are voting people out,
They're voting people out, but also, they also pick the winner. So, you're voting people out. Sometimes you vote out people you don't like. Sometimes you vote out people you do because you're like, listen.
They could win.
Yeah. So it's like you have to be in that middle ground. Like you can't be everybody's favorite person.
Yeah.
But you can't be like such an asshole that everybody wants to.
You kind of got to go under the radar while being like well liked. Okay, why would someone go on Big Brother?
Well, for the peasants, it's the cash prize of $750,000, and then also like any TV show, you do
get a following
with a following. So.
So fame and money is why people would go on the show.
Yes.
Okay.
Celebrity Big Brother, however, I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
Maybe you're just competitive and you would like to play.
I think it comes back to fame.
Yeah, probably. And also, they do get paid. Like, because initially we found out that the guy who called Jojo Siwa out on Celebrity Big Brother was the highest paid house guest in there, and Jojo was the second highest paid house guest that was in there. So they do get something, but also then they're like, the cash prize for whoever wins goes to charity.
Yeah.
Even though they got paid to be on it. So maybe it's a lot of C-list celebrities people. So maybe they're like, I'm going to take this cash grab.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah. So Big Brother's mentally taxing as well because you're like in this house with these people. You're isolated. There's no real world. You don't have TV. You don't have internet. You don't have phones. Can't contact your loved ones. You can't know anything. For Celebrity Big Brother, it is sped up. They don't keep those celebrities in there for 90 days like they do the peasant people.
Yeah.
I think theirs is like only a month or something. But for normal Big Brother, it's like for 90 days, all you know is the Big Brother walls and the people you're with. So you get very close. You're with each other 24/7 for 90 days. Like you spend more time with each other than you do probably your boyfriend or spouse or partner, whoever you have.
Because you're like, there's no technology in the way of the relationship or anything.
Yeah, if you make it 90 days or even 30 days would be like insane. Just 24/7 around the clock, hanging out, getting to know these people and nothing to distract you. Like that's probably more undivided attention than you've had even from all the dates and all the time you've spent with your partner, you know?
Yeah.
So people do get close in this house, which leads us to Jojo Siwa and her latest scandal that we've had going on.
Yeah, it's the weirdest thing, and I didn't know about her partner that she had or anything, and then I really learned more about it this week. Her partner released a video saying that Jojo was sending them letters to basically just saying like how much she loved them and everything like that. But that throughout this whole process where JoJo was like building a relationship with Chris, JoJo was telling her partner that she was so excited to see her.
You can pre-write like letters home.
Pre-written.
So this was before she ever went into the house. She wrote these letters to be sent to Cath.
Yeah.
Crazy if you're Cath to be watching your partner actively kind of seem to have this relationship with somebody else and then getting these letters being like, I love you so much. I love our life together. Can't wait to be with you, you know?
Yeah. In the TikTok that Cath made exposing, if you will, JoJo, just like telling their side of the story, I was like, you're 27. JoJo is 21. I'm 28. There is no part of my brain that looks at JoJo and thinks that she is mentally capable, and I don't mean it in a way like that I'm above her, but like mentally capable of being in a relationship with me.
Yeah.
There's no chance. Like,
no.
I understand there's nothing illegal about that relationship, but it's like, not only is JoJo like some very important years of maturity younger than her, but she's also had a child star life. So she's not normal. And that's not bad. It's just, what was Cath thinking?
Yeah, I mean, my thing, because, you know, spoiler alert, I stan Chris and JoJo.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
And he's 32, so.
Yeah.
So that's a big age gap, right?
And Cath even mentioned something about him being so much older than her. And I'm like, girl, he is your age.
Yeah, he's not.
I mean, basically.
Yeah, it's like, at that point, it's kind of all the same.
Yeah.
When you're 27 to 32.
Yeah.
Essentially. But, yeah, so I saw a lot of people giving JoJo flack about the way that she acted in the Big Brother house. First of all, they never actually cheated.
Yeah.
Like, people are acting like she was making out with Chris in the house under the covers, like, while she's still at home, had Cath as her partner, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, that did not happen. That's not what happened. Like, I get that would be hard for Cath to be watching because they were very flirtatious. And they would, like, sleep in the bed together and stuff, but it was never, like, sexual.
Yeah. But also, like, as Cath, seeing JoJo do all of this, would you get on a 24-hour flight to go support her?
I guess I would if I had a significant other worth $1 billion or something.
Yeah.
You know?
But it's like, she was saying, she was using, like, the fact that she got on the plane to go, like, get dumped. It's like, you knew.
You knew from watching that you, like, first of all, if you were so upset about it anyways, then you knew you were going to want to break up with JoJo in the first place, so why get on the 24-hour flight?
Yeah, and especially after you felt, like, so humiliated publicly, which, like, they're not wrong for feeling that way, but it's, like, trying to make people feel bad for you getting on a 24-hour flight after you just watched JoJo not only build some kind of relationship with someone, but question what she is altogether. Mm-hmm. She's that, like, new to her adult life.
Yeah, and I just don't fault JoJo for this.
I don't either.
She's a 21-year-old figuring herself out, figuring out life, and then she's in this house with this guy that she's, like, having this flirtation with, and she's questioning if she's even a lesbian, and she's really confused.
Yeah.
And she feels like she likes him, and then when she gets out, she breaks up with Cath. Like, what did you want her to do? Did you want her to stay with her after you did that?
And what did she do wrong? Like, JoJo didn't do anything wrong, in my opinion. And I think we talked about it before. We've talked about Ariana Grande before. I don't think it's fair for, like, people to sit at home and, like, personally write off a celebrity for what they do in their personal relationships. Because it's like, I don't care. I wasn't a fan of JoJo anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I just don't care.
And also, I mean, again, we have to remember, when you're in the Big Brother house, you actually cannot have any connection with the outside world.
Yeah.
If she could, she probably would have broke up with Cath earlier. I mean, she literally, everybody's like, I can't believe she broke up with Cath at the rap party.
Yeah. Anyone else could.
Yeah, and it's like, you're mad at her for emotionally getting feelings for someone while she's in a relationship, but then you're also mad at her for breaking up with that person right when she gets out.
Yeah.
It's
and
like,
as like just looking at like from Kath's perspective, it's like JoJo just got out of another serious relationship. Did you expect her like? Also, the reason that I wanted to ask you why people go on the show is I was so astonished because JoJo went on Nick Vile's podcast. Nick Vile's a whole other thing, but like she was saying that Big Brother was telling her they've never seen numbers like this before, and they've never had this much like conversation about something before, and it's like, yeah, JoJo, as immature as we might think she is, she knows how to play into things to make people talk about her. And it's for fame and money. And now JoJo's on a press tour.
Yeah, she knew what she was doing.
Yeah. And it's like she also went through something on the show that I think was probably like, in some ways, like just so degrading and like stressful. Is like whenever, what was his name, Mickey Rourke? Is that his name?
Yeah, Mickey Rourke.
The things that he said to her on national TV, and then like, JoJo is like her brain got wiped of the trauma because she like realized she might not be a lesbian, and she like fell for this guy who's kind of hot.
Yeah, he's
like
from Love Island.
Yeah,
like
I'm like, I mean, I get it,
and I do think that it says a lot about the fact that JoJo loved being in the Big Brother house. Like, didn't want to leave. She loved it more than her real life. She loved being in the Big Brother house where you have no contact with the outside world and you are watched 24/7. She liked that more than her real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for me, being in Big Brother was, I mean, it gave me a lot of things. It gave me the most fun I've ever had in my life. It gave me the most freedom I've ever had in my life. It gave me the most encouragement to go the way that I want to go in life. And it also, like, the things in my life that I swept under the rug because I just wanted everyone around me in my life to be so happy, and I would do anything, no matter how bad it hurt me. I would do that sounded so dramatic. Let me take it down a notch. We're not trying to be awesome. No matter how bad it would grow up. But no, like, genuinely, no matter how bad or hard something was in my life, I didn't care because I would just do it to make others around me happy in all areas of my life. And going to Big Brother, it kind of took away the rug that I was sweeping everything under. And I was essentially left looking at this big pile of shit, right? Because I had no one to make happy. And so I was looking at it being like, what are all these things that I've been sweeping under the rug? And thinking about them all, like it just gave me a second to breathe and to process it and to not have any outside opinions.
Oscar had an interesting take about that. He was like, this is the first time we've ever seen JoJo react without anticipating what the internet is going to say about her. We think. Like she wasn't going to the internet before she made any decisions. She was just acting on what she wanted to do, and that was probably really good for her.
Yeah, and a lot of her life has been, I think, not controlled, but really influenced by her mom.
Yeah.
And she was without her mom in there, and kind of being able to do her own thing and live her own life, not have to worry, because she wasn't in real time seeing feedback from people. She was getting to do whatever she wanted without having to like worry or suffer the consequences at that time.
Yeah.
From the internet.
Yeah.
So I think it just says a lot to how kind of, even though she is rich, and I would love to be rich, how in a way kind of sad her life must be to an extent to love the Big Brother house more than real life.
And JoJo had said on one of the podcasts she's done in the last week that her ex asked her not to speak about it, about their breakup.
It's like, you can't...
And this is after Cath posted.
Yeah, you can't say whatever you want, make a 10-minute TikTok
about Jojo Siwa,
and then say, you can't respond.
Yeah.
No. It doesn't work that way.
Cath needs to just... It's also like, y'all weren't together that long.
No. Like, we know you were with JoJo for clout, okay? You were with her for clout. You wanted the money. That's why you weren't going to break up with her, after
Here she
she...
goes,
after
y'all. Here she goes.
That's why you weren't going to break up with her after you saw her falling in love with somebody else in the Big Brother house who went on a 24-hour flight because she was your cash grab. She was your money, baby, and you wanted to stay with her, and you wanted to be with her forever so that you could get a slice of that pie.
And honestly, the moment you come on TikTok to explain what happened whenever you got off the 24-hour flight, it's like, it just is disingenuous to me. I think one of the things that they said were like, if, everybody watched this play out, so I feel like I need to explain what happened. And it's like, you don't, though. Like, you could literally make a post and say, she broke up with me. And, like, that would be enough.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to explain, like, the pity and, like, why everyone should feel bad for you.
No.
Like, you
the
put
most
yourself
that I
in
feel, the most that I feel for Cath is, the fact that it would be hard and sad to watch your significant other kind of being confused and falling kind of in love with somebody else on TV in real time when you can't speak to them. That would suck and that would be hard. Other than that, like, you're a clout goblin.
It's like, being 28, I can't imagine dating someone 22 and knowing that they're famous and they're going on Big Brother and me expecting them to be loyal to me. Yeah. Come on. Like, let's be a little less naive. And JoJo didn't even cheat. She built honestly, I think that her guard was down with that guy because she always thought of herself as lesbian, and like, she was just as surprised when she had feelings for him as like everyone else was, honestly.
Yeah, and I think it made her really confused, and then she didn't know what
and
to
it's
do.
like, you're in this once in a lifetime experience, and like, if you have feelings for someone and you can't communicate to people on the outside, there's a part of you that's just like, screw it, I'm just gonna do what I want to do. Especially at 21. I would have been bouncing off the walls in the house.
Really. She's still figuring everything out. She's figuring life out. We think that because she has a lot of money and because she's been on TV for a long time and she has her own things and lives alone and all this, that she is like a full-grown adult. But if you think back to your mindset when you're 21, you had nothing figured out. Yeah. You didn't know who you were.
No.
That's the way that JoJo is, and we can't be too hard on her over that. I feel like the internet is.
Yeah.
And I'm not like a JoJo defender. She's cringy. Like, she's really cringy.
Just like, this whole scenario has become such like a speculation. It's a scene. It's such a public conversation for no reason. It's like, duh, she cheated on you or emotionally cheated. Duh, she broke up with you. Duh, you look kind of like you were in it for the wrong reasons whenever you make a TikTok talking about your heartbreak whenever you're really in that much pain. Like, if you've really been through something, the first thing you do isn't pull out your phone and talk to the camera.
Yeah. Some people make music videos, though, Alyssa.
I did that. But that was weeks later.
Yeah,
that was as in the moment as
that was like the next day.
Now, did I call y'all and I was like, ah, like, as it was happening? Yeah, but like, it sucks to get cheated on, and like, I feel for them, like, in that sense, especially on that scale. But I'll be honest, I don't think I could be with someone that was going on Big Brother. I just don't think I could do it.
Yeah. Oh, and I don't know, because I was like kind of rambling and going off. So I just want to make it clear that if there was any time with us talking just now that I missaid Cath's pronouns, that was not my intention.
Yeah.
When I'm rambling, I don't think, and I might have said things wrong. I don't know. So I'm just like, going ahead and saying that. So I'm not getting comments being like, you misgendered them. Like, that wasn't my intention. Yeah. That I wasn't. So just,
we were trying to be very intentional to not misgender anyone.
Yes. Okay.
Moving on. What are these TikToks you put here?
Did you see the last night in the Big Brother house with Chris and...
No.
Okay. Watch it.
What's up?
Nothing.
Tell me.
No, nothing. Just
what?
Just talking in there.
Yeah.
It just made me really emotional.
Yeah, good. It's
and
good
I feel like, yeah, I feel very grateful.
Yeah.
I feel very confused. I feel very happy.
Why are you confused?
Stam.
The closeness of these shots to her face, I do not like it. Like, I'm just so uncomfortable. Like, it's just so close. Like, me and you don't like to touch people, and I feel like I'm, like, up in her space.
Yeah. Also, if you watch Chris, everybody's like, why is he touching her all the time like that? He really is. He won't quit touching her face.
I hate people like that.
No, we don't like to be touched. We never touch each other, ever.
We need to confuse in our world.
Yeah. I feel very lucky. I feel guilty for how happy I've been. Like, I've been so happy. I told you I do horrible with goodbyes.
But what are you saying goodbye to? Well, I know we're all leaving, but
Yeah.
but you're gonna go home and you got a big life out there.
Yeah.
You know. I'll send you a present when you get home because as appreciation because you're gonna have to give me your address though. You're such a sweetheart. Like I can't. Like honestly, if when people ask me about you, all I will tell them is like she is the sweetest, kindest, most genuine human being like you can come across. And
Don't make me more sad
it's
right
true.
now.
No, but it's true. Like but that is you.
Love you.
You're honestly one. I love you. You're one of my favorite people I've ever come across.
Genuinely,
Like
back at you.
literally, like.
And I never thought I would say that to a straight man.
Hey. You sure you're alright?
I've been better.
What's up? Tell me.
Give me 48 hours. Love you. Appreciate you. You're a special one.
Like, I ship them. I ship them so hard.
I'm not gonna lie, like, I know they're touching each other and, like, in bed or whatever, but I'm not getting romantic vibes from this. Am I crazy? Am I the only one in the room?
Well, a lot of people are like, it's platonic, you know.
I could totally see it being either way. Like, I get why people are like, they're flirting, but, like, something in this vibe is weird, and it might be that he's, like, disconnected. Because, again, fame and money, Jojo Siwa is now the most famous person in this house. I mean, at least in America or whatever, but, like, he doesn't know how big it is outside of there, but, like, this man set himself up.
People were also saying that they were like, I feel like Chris was just playing the game.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I feel like
it's a game after all. Like,
yeah. And that leads us to the next video where it's an interview of them two together after they got out of the house, okay?
I'm scared. I feel like I'm going to have my heart broken for JoJo. I can't believe I just said that. Like, I'm like, honestly, the opposite of a JoJo fan. Like, cringe isn't even the right word for how I felt about her.
Look, he's a great guy. It is platonic. We have a lot of fun together. Life is life. And I don't know any future of anything. But I'm really grateful for our dynamic that we have and our bond that we have, and whatever life does, life will do.
It's just a really strong bond between two people, which is just a strong friendship.
Yeah,
and I think you can have like a soulmate friendship. I think that's a thing.
Yes.
And to me, it's like that energy of where it's not
Yeah.
like the standard friendship that you have with your friends, but it's you know, it's still a friendship. You know, we are friends.
Oh, no.
Yeah. He's like, we're friends. It's a friendship. It's a really great soulmate friendship, but you're still friends, you know? Friends.
That hurts. Like,
Yeah. He's like friend
you
zoning.
can just tell that she's so open to trying to be together, and he is not.
No.
And I can't get over the fact that I know that's like JoJo's style, but she looks like her 12-year-old self, but like in a woman body, and it's so weird to me.
I'm like, why did she have to go back to that style when she got out? Because she looked like a normal person in the Big Brother house.
I know. I don't like the sequins all the time. It's JoJo's thing, but like,
Yeah.
she's damn near got the scrunchie and the bow in her hair in this clip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he might have been playing the game personally, but what other reason do you go on that show than to play that game?
Yeah. Which that happens a lot, like in Big Brother. People will be playing the game, they fall for people because you're just in close proximity, you know, and then even people who actually had like a showman, like in the Big Brother house, will get out of the Big Brother house and kind of realize that it was just like a proximity relationship.
Yeah, it's
you know?
like having a crush on your coworker.
Yeah.
And then like you actually like talk to them outside there and you're like, ew.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jill,
And I'm Alyssa.
and you just watched a clip from Glitter Gel Pen.
We upload new episodes every Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
And we also upload clips like the one you just watched 3 times a week.
Subscribe for more.